Hajime Kashimo, the resident powerhouse of Tokyo Colony No. 2, who was so bored with destroying people in the culling games that he created a rule with some of his points, allowing players to get information about the other players. And his current main goal is to find the one and only Sukuna, most likely to fight due to his boredom, but that's not 100% confirmed. And guess who our boy Hajime is fighting? The little old panda who's currently just on the hunt for the angel. Didn't really plan to fight anyone, but here he is fighting the absolute powerhouse. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 184, once again greatness. Taking a break this week from the Hikari domination of Charles, which I'm not going to complain about. We got a lot of stuff to talk about regarding Panda and of course Hajime. Hope you enjoy. Subscribe if you're a Jujutsu Kaisen fan. That's what I provide on this channel, Mysterious Chad. Now let's get into it. As a lot of people in the fandom predicted and were hoping for, Hajime is indeed the lightning/electricity user in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. Something I've personally been waiting for pretty much the start of the series, with Panda stating after getting attacked that Hajime's cursed energy has the same properties as electricity, and that this guy's body is naturally always electrified, having enough skill and power to send an attack that's like a bolt of lightning, where he does not need a domain expansion to guarantee that it's hit, and that's what he uses to pretty much defeat Panda in this chapter. Not 100% confirmed, but it seems like he kinda got low diffed here. However, it does seem like Panda is still alive, as in the final panel we have Hajime question him saying, "So, where's Sukuna?" being able to see through his bluff from earlier in the chapter. Will Panda tell him, or will Akari arrive in time to potentially save him? That's where I'm guessing the story is going to go. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't actually get to see the full fight between Hikari and Charles, and that fight's already over, and next chapter we see Hikari arriving, challenging or saving Panda, and then their fight begins with us maybe getting a quick flashback of Hikari defeating Charles with like 1 or 2 panels. But yeah, Hajime wasn't disappointing whatsoever in I guess his main introduction. Panda mentions his shocking speed, which is to be expected with him pretty much being electricity, but also stating that it's heavy as well. So it definitely is going to be a worthy fight for Hikari to most likely go all out. And my prediction is that Hajime will be the strongest person newly introduced to the culling game so far. Especially if Hajime is looking for Sukuna to fight, and most likely as someone from 400 years ago knows what full power Sukuna is capable of. So if that's the case, maybe Hikari could be in a bit of trouble. One more thing that Panda mentioned at the start of the chapter is that there's a good chance an expert is around who can turn their cursed energy on and off at will. We don't know if this was referring to Hajime, but it's most likely the case, as Hajime pretty much turns a corner and runs the Panda right after that. Something else to consider about the fight itself is it's a little bit of a mismatch. Throughout the series, Panda has more so been a character who tanks or blocks blows rather than dodging, with it being revealed this chapter due to Hajime's cursed energy being pretty much electricity. It's durability negging, meaning the most beneficial strategy is to, of course, dodge his attacks, but due to Panda's fighting style, that's not really something he does, and of course the superior speed Hajime was demonstrating this chapter left Panda with pretty much nothing to do but to rely on his final form, which did look pretty scary, but again, Hajime, looking more serious when that form came out, was able to neg it with that lightning bolt-like attack, and yeah, quite busted already, and that's just a little glimpse of his power. Another thing that I was reminded of this chapter is the angel who, as we know, appeared in front of Megumi after he fell unconscious after fighting Regi. Panda's mission, or one of Panda's missions, was to find the angel. We haven't seen the angel or Megumi or Yuji in however many chapters. We had the whole Yuta arc finished now, with Tokyo Colony No. 2 starting out great, Hikari being a badass, and now Hajime finally getting some shine as I've been waiting for. As someone who's most likely one of the strongest characters we've ever had in the series so far, I may be expecting too much from him, but I think he's going to deliver some greatness during his fight against Hikari. And maybe even Panda next chapter could pull out something crazy we haven't really seen or expected from him. But if I'm being honest, I think Panda is kinda done for at this point and is most likely needing to rely on Hikari at this point. Unless another character disappears out of nowhere, we could have Maki arriving. She's been gone for quite a bit, but I believe it was stated the whole Zenin clan destruction happened in between certain events that happened not too long ago, so she's most likely still recovering. And I hope you weren't thinking I was going to forget about, you know, one of the greatest moments this chapter is our boy the Panda trying to act like a real panda for like a few pages, which is personally great to see, and even trying this on Hajime as well, resulting him to of course use the Kogane to pretty much reveal that Panda is indeed a player. But yeah, good attempt from him. Panda, I hope he survives this as one of the greatest and one of the funniest comedic characters in the series. I think he's got this, not like winning the fight, but just surviving, getting lucky. And especially if the fact that he needs to get revenge for his father per se, due to, you know, the unfortunate circumstances regarding that. But let me know down below how powerful you believe Hajime will end up being. Do you think he'll be top 5 in the verse so far, top 10? Or you don't think he'll be all that powerful and Hikari will defeat him around the same difficulty that Yuta defeated the people in his colony? But I'm personally expecting and wanting him to be much stronger, mainly due to him wanting to find Sukuna to most likely fight. That's pretty much the main driving reason. We know he's from 400 years ago, where sorcerers are quite wild, as we get to see here. He's killed so many people, and he may have killed Panda this chapter as well. If I had to give JUJUTSU Kaisen this week a rating, I'd probably say an 8.5, maybe a 9 potentially. A lot better than last week's due to, of course, action. I'm a fan of JUJUTSU Kaisen mainly for the fighting and characters. The crazy explanation, if you saw last week's video of me pretty much reacting or talking about Hikari's domain expansion, I honestly just couldn't be bothered, but from now on I'll most likely make longer JUJUTSU Kaisen chapter videos as I want to get more into it. So I hope you enjoyed this one as a longer video. Of course, any recommendations for me to improve these videos, let me know down below, it's much appreciated. But if you haven't already, check out the other stuff in the description, the Discord if you need chapter links for JUJUTSU Kaisen when they drop, or if you want to talk more about the series, a growing community down there. Also the Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. And of course, shout out to the Mad Lads who support the channel via the Patreon. But this has been Mysterious Chad, something I don't really say too much, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed.